Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I am JaMara J Smith, and it is my desire to help you to find your purpose, fulfill your destiny, and to have successful relationships in every area of your life. Now, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up so that you can be a part of the Jam fam. Okay, so tonight we're going to be discussing why you should be single. Why you should be single. Now, I know you don't want to hear this, and this is something that you probably, have not thought about, especially if you are on the dating scene and you're out and about doing your thing. But look, there's some things that you just need to not do. And I want to talk to you about why you should remain single. And I want you to comment below why you think someone should stay single. Go ahead and put it down below. So I want to know what you think and tell me why you think someone should remain single. Okay, so I feel that the number one thing you should be focused on in your life is finding your purpose. That's number one. So if you do not know your purpose, you should stay single. Okay. So that is my first number one reason why you should stay single is because you do not know your purpose. Now, listen to me. I know that some of you will say, well, look, I don't know my purpose and I'm still going to date. I'll figure it out along the way. Okay, that's fine. You go ahead and do that. But this is the thing. You have to understand that when you're dating, that can be somewhat of a distraction. When you're dating someone, going out, meeting people, that's taking time away from you doing what you are called to do in life. The whole point of you being put on this planet, your purpose. And so if you're preoccupied with dating and going out, having a social life, and of course you need to have a social life, we want to be balanced. But if your purpose is that you want to find someone and just be in a relationship and you don't know your purpose, no, that's not the way to do it, because this is the thing. When you do eventually find your purpose, the person that you're with, the person that you settled with, is who you settled with at the time of you being in your discovery zone. You were just trying to figure things out along the way, as you say. You said you were going to get it along the way. But this is the thing. Once you figure out your purpose and now you are now at a higher level, a higher frequency, you're going to want to be attracted to someone that's on your level, or someone that's more compatible with you and your purpose, because now you know your purpose. And so what are you going to do? Now you've wasted your time with someone and you've wasted their time because they're probably, in it to win it with you. And now you've come to this realization that, you know what, this is not, going to work for me. But now you have somebody who's into you because you said you wanted to figure it out along the way. So I would advise you to wait to find out your purpose, the whole reason why you were put on this earth, your purpose to help, to serve, to be a leader, to teach, whatever it is. Once you find that out, then you can go about the business of dating and finding someone that will be compatible for your purpose. So the number one reason why you need to remain single is you do not know your purpose. Okay, so we have number one. So number two is, if you are not ready to be accountable for your actions and for your behavior and for your baggage, you are not ready to be in a relationship and you need to stay single. Okay. So when you're single, that's when you can work out the different things that you know that you need to work on within yourself. I mean, you have to work on you in order to attract the best part of you. So if you're not doing the work, then you're going to have baggage, you're going to have issues, you're going to have personality traits, you're going to have so many things going on that you have not dealt with. And guess what? That is what you're going to attract. you attract what's in you. So if you're the type of person that you don't want to self-reflect, you don't want to say you do anything wrong, you feel like you're always right and there's nothing wrong with you, sweetie, you don't need to be in a relationship. You need to stay single, because all of us have something that we're working on. All of us have something that we want to better ourselves at. So with baggage, that is a lot when you're trying to date and you may not even see it. You may not even feel like there's anything wrong with you. You can just chalk it up and say, you know what, this is just how I am. You know what, this is just who, I've been, I'm used to being this way and I'm not going to change. No, you don't want to do that when you're trying to be in a relationship. You need to stay single, because we're always trying to better ourselves. We're always trying to be as Christ-like as possible. And that takes work. That takes time and dedication, revealing things about yourself and trying to fix it and work on it. No one is perfect. None of us are perfect. But you should have a heart that you want to make the necessary changes so that you can attract someone who is a better version for yourself. You don't want to stay in a place where you're not self-reflecting and you feel like everything you do is golden and you can do no wrong and it's always the other person's fault and you didn't have any part in it whatsoever. That's not working on yourself. That's not, having a heart of self-reflection and saying, you know what, why do I act this way? Why do I respond in this manner? Why do I pop off just on any little thing? Why do I have a nasty attitude? Why am I rude? Why do I do this? These are all things that some people that I have talked to feel that that's just who they are. And they feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? If you're trying to be with someone, they're not going to want to tolerate that, and they shouldn't have to. You have to realize that everything you do is not always right. And sometimes you have to realize that you may be wrong in a situation. And I know a lot of us don't want to hear that. It's easier to blame the other person. It's easier to just put, the responsibility on somebody else, because that way I don't have to self-reflect. That way I don't have to say that I did something wrong or I could have did or responded to this situation much better than what I did. But see, when you mature and you realize that no one's perfect and you do play a part in whatever situation that you were in, then that way you can say, well, what can I do next time? Because if you don't say, what can I do next time? You're going to make the same mistakes that you just did in a previous situation. That's the whole point of self-reflection and trying to determine how I can get to my better self, because it's just going to be another circle. You're just going to complete, you're going to keep going around that same tree until you learn the lesson that you need to learn, which is really about yourself and figuring out what it is you need to work out of your spirit, what you need to work out of that nasty attitude, work out of you being rude, and figure it out so that you don't have to learn that lesson all over again, just in another person's body. It's like a different man, but it's the same situation. It's the same scenario, just a different person. And you don't want to keep going through that. You don't want to keep repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. That's, not something that you should want to do. And so if you don't want to do that, we need to learn to reflect so that we can work on ourselves and be our better self. So the first one, we said we need to remain single if we do not know our purpose. And the second reason is we need to remain single if we are not willing to take responsibility for our own actions, our own behaviors, and, access and get rid of that excess baggage that we may be carrying on so that we can be our better self and have healthier relationships. And so number one and number two, we've talked about that. We've discussed that. And here's the final one. You should remain single if you're not willing to have an open heart and be receptive to love. If you have walls up, and the Bible says, of course, we are to guard our hearts, and of course we know we're going to do that, but you can't be so guarded and so tight and so wound up that you just won't even let love in, because you're still hurt and you're still in recovery mode from the previous situation that you were in. No, you need to heal from those previous relationships so that you can be open enough to receive the love that God has in store for you. So the number 3 reason why you need to stay single is if you don't have an open heart to receive love. And a lot of times I know that sometimes we as ladies will say, oh, I'm open to anything. I'll, give it a shot. I'll, see what it's like. But as soon as they do one thing that reminds you of an ex, you're done. There's no grace. There's no mercy. And this is the same grace and mercy that God gives us each and every day, but you won't bestow that upon anyone else. So just be open to receive the love that God has for you. And it may come in a package that you were not intending it to be. And if this is what is God's best for you, if you don't have an open and willing heart, you're not even going to see what's right in front of your face. Okay. So the first one we said was you need to remain single if you don't know your purpose. The second thing that we discussed, if you need to be single if you're not willing to accept your own behaviors and reflect and get rid of that excess baggage and take responsibility for your own actions. And then the third and final step was you need to remain single if you don't have an open and willing heart to receive the love that God has for you in a partner. So I want to know what you think. I want you to comment below and tell me what you think should be a reason why someone should remain single. And don't forget, I have videos posted every Wednesday and Friday. So don't forget to click that notification bell and subscribe to my channel and like this video if it was a blessing to you. Until next time, I will see you on next Friday at 8 p.m. live right here on my YouTube channel. So I want you to have a blessed and prosperous day, and I will see you next week. Bye, Jam Fam.